Hello and welcome to What's Up Stratford via Zoom in our September show. Joining me and starting the show is Lucas Tingle. He's the garden educator for the local community food center. Lucas, thanks so much for joining me.
Oh, thank you, Peter. I just really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you and to share with people of Stratford what's been going on over at the local.
Well, let's talk about the local for those that don't know what is the local in general terms.
Well, I think a lot of misconceptions at the local is it is a food bank, whereas what we tend to focus on more is education. We want to give people an opportunity and a location to become educated about healthy food and provide opportunities for people to create community around diversity and find a safe place to do that in.
Now, you're located on Erie Street. You have a cool greenhouse. What's going on with, I understand, the family garden?
Right. So the greenhouse was just actually recently renovated. It's now a four-season greenhouse. Because of the pandemic, unfortunately, we haven't been able to fully utilize that space yet. However, the renovation is in place, and we're looking forward to starting some programs up in the fall that will be housed inside our brand new greenhouse, including some programs that are targeted specifically for young families.
And on Dufferin, I guess the Dufferin Park, there's something about a fruit forest. Can you give us some details on that?
Dufferin Park is where a lot of my job takes place. There's multiple gardens. There's three large vegetable gardens, a First Nations medicine wheel garden in the mix, an orchard, and as you mentioned, now we're moving toward building an edible forest. I've worked together with Charlene Gordon from Rotary Stratford in garnering some grants to be able to build a forest that is essentially edible in all three tiers, from the canopy to the understory to sort of the mid layer. So that's what's been going on with regard to that.
So what are you doing with all the food at the Dufferin Park?
Right now, the main garden that's the busiest is part of a program called the Urban Farming Program. And it's essentially a CSA, which is a crop share model. There's 30 urban farmers that are participating in the program, and essentially each takes a share from the vegetables that are grown.
And then with regards to the fruit trees, because I know it's going to take a number of years, is that going to be for the community to share? Can someone walk by and, if you will, take some forbidden fruit? What's the whole mandate there?
Yeah, we certainly like to keep an inventory of the things grown. However, the main agenda at Dufferin Park is to help alleviate food insecurity. So we do not try to prohibit people from taking food. Certainly in large quantities, we'd love to weigh it first, but you're certainly welcome to help yourself to a small portion of the things being grown there, because that's what it's there for.
Now, I'm sure that most people, part of your mandate is that most people think food comes out of a grocery store, which it doesn't. So tell me about how you're educating young people and other generations to control their own food security as well.
So my main lens when I'm making decisions about programming and introducing new ideas largely comes from an environmental lens. As we're facing challenges like the climate change and such, it's really important that we lessen our carbon footprint. And one of the ways to do that is by eating more local and eating more seasonally. So part of the urban farming program and gardening in general at Dufferin Park, we take a regenerative approach, which is all about soil conservation and about learning how to ethically and in a more ecologically friendly way grow your own food.
And then people that grow it, as you said, there's 30 urban farmers that can take their share, but also share it also with the communities. Does some of it go back to the local?
Yes. So typically, most of the food goes directly to the gardeners, the people that are farming it. However, we do have, if we do have surplus, it would go into the market. I think a common misconception is that the food that's grown in the park might go into the meals, but the volume of the meals is so great that it would be very difficult to grow a sustainable model of farming to be able to support that at this point.
Well, Lucas, thank you very much in educating me and also our viewers on sustainable urban farmers. It's awesome what you're doing at the local. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, Peter. I hope you have a great afternoon, and I wish everybody well.